Welcome back. My next guest has been a friend of mine for a very, very long time. I worked with Deborah in The Gold Diggers, and then she went on to be co-executive producer and co-creator of Quantum Leap, an award-winning show, has received Emmys as a director. She's been nominated for awards for Cora Unashamed. I'll tell you, she's an amazing woman. She's in the middle of writing more books besides The Vision Quest. Will you please put your hands together for my dear friend Deborah Pratt? You gonna dance, Deb? Hi, honey. Big hugs. Sit down, baby.
Thank you. I got the memo today. What a great-looking audience. Everybody's in red.
Is that great?
I got the memo.
Yes, you did. You got the memo. And a good memo it is.
It is?
Yeah, it is. You know what? I remember our working together years ago when we met. You've always had, you were a psychology major.
Yes, it's true.
You've always had a very mature take on everything in the sense when we were younger, and then you're always observed and then would comment. I was always out there. I saw my, you laugh, don't start, okay. Oh no, dishes start. No, but for me, my springboard was The Gold Diggers and other things that I did. For you, what do you consider was your springboard?
Oh no, it definitely had to be The Gold Diggers.
Yeah?
I mean, I was doing stage in Chicago when they did the kind of nationwide search.
Right.
Patty from Cincinnati.
Yeah. And Deborah's from Chicago.
And they came out and they found us and brought us back. They took me out of the show and they brought us back, and it really was an entree to the Hollywood that I grew up with. So the opportunity to perform with Dean Martin and Debbie Reynolds and,
right. And
Gene Kelly and Sinatra, the real Rat Pack.
Right. You ever said Brat Pack?
I did. It was the next generation. That was our generation.
I know.
With the real Rat Pack was very exciting to be in the kind of show business that I had always grown up looking at.
And then we would go on from there. We have a clip of some of the shows that we had done, so I'd like to bring it up. I know this
clip is years old.
Quite a while ago, and actually, I'm a brunette. Can we pull this up? Here we go.
Love you with a love true, who can cling to a rambling road.
Well, the time that we all ramble along, down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. It's time that we all ramble along, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Shake your music maker. Shake your music maker. Shake your music.
We worked hard.
We did work hard.
For our money.
Yeah, we certainly did, but we did have a lot of fun.
Girl, Patty!
Go, shake it till you don't break it.
Oh my gosh.
Can you believe how things changed? Can you imagine being called Gold Diggers now?
Yeah, it has a whole different connotation.
No kidding. a very crazy one, if I must say. What do you remember most about the show?
I think the girls, the relationships. I mean, I think, oh my God, Robin is a blonde.
I know. We changed hair color a little bit. So, and you remember the relationships I do as well, and we're still very connected. Three of us had babies at the same time.
That's right. Patty and I have daughters the same age, and Maria Elena.
Maria Elena has
Susan's are a little bit older.
Right.
And I think those are the people I've stayed the most in touch with, the Alberici sisters and Susan Buckner.
As have I. Now, you have gone on to such incredible great things. Your acting career, you were in Airwolf and things of that sort, but I think you really love writing and directing more than anything else, correct?
I did. I mean, I think the same comment as to the roles for women, especially as a minority, the roles for women in general weren't stellar. And one of the things that I wanted to do as a writer, and I started writing on Airwolf, and when I was on Magnum PI, I started writing scripts. And at first I thought, oh, I'm writing for myself.
Right.
But then I realized that I was really writing better roles for women, and it was really inspirational to be able to get out there and write stronger women.
Cora Unashamed.
Cora Unashamed, which I did not write, I directed.
Right, but you did direct it.
Masterpiece Theater, the first American literature in their 30-year history. So I was very proud of that.
You should be very proud of that. That's an extremely incredible award.
Thank you.
And you received the Lillian Gish Award for that?
No, I got that Lillian Gish Award for an episode of Quantum Leap. That was a civil rights episode that I'm very proud to say is still being used in schools to teach civil rights, because it dealt with a black man. And, you know, our kids growing up, they didn't have to deal with what we saw. They didn't have to deal with the first integration. So the first time a character, and Sam as a white man, sits down at a counter and suddenly everybody turns around and looks at him and he gets thrown out, these teachers had written to me and said they would pause the tape and ask the kids how they felt about it. And the kids would say, well, why would they throw him out?
Exactly, because they're not used to that now.
Right, exactly. So, you know, we have come a very long way. I believe we have a long way to go, but it was the opportunity, especially on Quantum Leap, to talk about our evolution as a society from a position in the present, looking back to the and then I did the opposite.
Going to in the future, yeah. And now you're going into the future with the Vision Quest,
right? Which
is not only a game and an incredible book, a great sci-fi book.
Thank you very much.
Your characters are so you can feel them. You can feel them because they have a soul. They're not just an imaginary character. Can we pull up some of the characters on so we can see? Now that's Laser. That's your central.
That, by the way, is Gregory Peck's grandson.
Is it really?
Ethan Peck. Good actor.
Oh, my gosh.
Good little actor.
It's fantastic. And how did you come up with all your different, where does this all come from as far as the sci-fi is concerned, like Kovacs?
This is Kovacs. He's my villain. I looked at the science and technology of today, because I looked at our children and I said, where are these kids going to be 100 years from now,
right.
150 years from now, our great-grandchildren? And I thought, we're creating alternative fuels. We're actually genetically splicing. I mean, you can't eat a strawberry, by the way, without having cross genetics in it. They cross salmon genetics into strawberries to protect them from the cold, so you could have them all year round.
I didn't realize that.
No, you don't. You don't know how much clone food you eat. I mean, so I'm going, how do I...
It's kind of scary.
It's very scary. So how do I tell this story to everyone without, you know, hammering their heads? So I thought fiction is a great way to go about it. So the fact that we have this technology that we have to live with, one of the things that we're doing is we're genetically splicing human genetics into animal genetics. So we'll be living with alternate species.
Right.
And in the book, and this is, I'm very proud of the spirituality side of it.
It's beautiful.
In the book, these splicers, as they're called, their humanity is so new to them that they remember the powers that we've forgotten. And that...
It's got a chill, yes.
You're telepathic. You know there's something going on with your mom. You feel that she's okay. You know that there's something going on with your kids. Somebody picks up the phone. You think about somebody. They pick up the phone. They call you, and you go, wow, I was just thinking about you. That's telepathy. So why not take these kids that we have and say to them, you have powers.
Right.
And our great teachers like Christ and Buddha and all the great leaders said, do as I do. So the book really gets into, yes, it's a fantasy, but it's the re-empowerment of humanity, the unity of humanity. Because in the book, we are run and controlled by corporations. I don't know how big a projection that is, right, from reality. And that we are living with, you know, the alternate fuels, the alternate species, the things that we do. And yet it's a great call to adventure, classic Joseph Campbell.
Well, I would suggest that you go out there and you grab Vision Quest, because it is heart, it's soul, it's spirituality, and it is the future. And you have a sequel coming out, and we'll look forward to having you come back on and talk to us about that. When we come back, Deborah and I are going to maybe sing a tune for you. Stay tuned.